So that is the first thing I wanted to clarify. There are no classes in the next 2 weeks, and the next class we will have is on the 18th of May, which is a Tuesday. I don't know if, I think it's good for you because you will have time to recuperate some late things, to review some contents, to study some contents, maybe to relax a little bit and take more energy in order to continue with the rest of the semester. So that's good. Okay. What is the topic for week number 6? If we check the topic, table of contents in week number 6, we have unit number 3, Introduction to Academic Texts in English. What is the objective? Conocer textos del área científica y sus rasgos generales. More generally is to read texts that are connected in one way or another to your career, right? So that is what we are doing now. And in fact, as you know, reading activity 1 is doing that, is introducing you to texts that are connected with your academic and professional area. So we started to do this this situation, this unit, with reading activity number 1, which I think everybody sent to me. Thank you very much for your work. I received, I think, everything, and I sent the response saying that I received your work, and I'm going to check this work now during the break, okay? So I have a lot of stuff to entertain myself, reviewing your reading activities number 1, okay? In case any of you has not sent me the work, you need to do it now, okay, today. Any questions? No? No, says.
¿Y las notas? Más o menos, ¿cuánto las va a tener las notas, profe?
As I said before, Oscar, hello, I'm going to start working on the correction next week during the break. So I will have time to entertain myself. I hope to finish soon. Maybe I cannot promise, but I will try to finish next week before Friday the 7th. Okay, so I will try to publish your work, your marks, as deadline Friday the 7th of May. All right? But don't you worry. The marks are usually good because the important thing here is to do the activity completely and to send it on time. If you do the activity completely and you send it on time, you will have good marks. So don't you worry about it. Give me that time until Friday the 7th of May to correct, and I promise that you will have your marks in cursos by then. Any other questions? Okay, so the topic of week number 6 is reading comprehension related to your career, to your future career, and to the animal world. So we're going to continue with that. In the reading comprehension activity was, you read about veterinary medicine and its history. I hope it was entertaining and you learned a lot. And now what we will do is to continue with that, you know? So I'm going to show you the activities that you have to do during this week number 6. All right? So let me share that document, with you. Okay, ya subí esto, las actividades semanales a su, ¿cómo se llama? O cursos, material docente. So level 2 activities for week 6, reading comprehension activities. As I said before, all of them are related to your career. So they are academic in that sense. And we have 2 activities with a number of links. So the first one is, number 1, read the text and then answer the comprehension quiz. Very simple. You have a text that you have to read very carefully, and then you have to answer the corresponding comprehension quiz. Do not forget, no olviden, do not forget to revise and to learn all the new academic vocabulary using an online dictionary that you like. You can use Word Reference, Lingua, or any other online dictionaries that you prefer using. ¿Qué más dice acá? Readings 1, 2, and 3 also have available audio. También tienen los primeros 3 readings audio disponible. Available, disponible. So here we have 5 different texts, academic texts. The first one is about evolution. Very interesting. Then about jellyfish. How do you say jellyfish in Spanish? Does anybody know?
Medusa.
All right.
Okay.
Very good. Peces jalea, if you translate literally, medusas. Then you have another reading about vitamins, which is related to health, of course. Then about biodiversity, which is one of your subjects this semester, I think. So very interesting. And the last one is about animal camouflage. I'm going to show you now these readings, just in case you have any questions. I prefer to show them to you, and we can clarify any possible doubts that you may have. Okay, this is the one about evolution. Here you have the text. It's pretty short. The most important words are highlighted in black, in bold prints. So you read the text and then you answer the questions, and you will have the automatic results. And we have the audio too.
Beginner. Environment. Evolution is a scientific theory.
So it's as you can see, it's a very complete exercise, right? My advice, consejo, is that you can use this as a listening activity first, and listen, sin leer, without reading, and try to answer the questions. And then for a second time, you can listen and read at the same time and check again your questions. The second one is in the same fashion, very similar to the first, from the same website. It's about jellyfish, with a nice picture here of a beautiful jellyfish. You have the quiz, comprehension quiz. It's a long quiz. You have a longer text here, and also the text, the audio text. And the other one is about vitamins, with a longer quiz, a longer text. All the maybe most interesting words are in bold print and with the audio track as well.
Intermediate. Health.
So it's very complete activity. You have a lot of possibilities with the reading text, with the quizzes, with the audio to practice and to learn and to read new academic texts, all right? And the other two are from a different web page. This is the first one called Biodiversity, and this doesn't have audio, only the text. So this is pure reading comprehension, but the text is a bit longer, right? Again, you have the words, the new words in bold print, taxonomy, for example, aquatic, terrestrial, etc. And then here you have a clock, which is nice because you can see, pueden ver cuánto tiempo se demoran. You can see how much you take reading and responding to the quiz. So very nice, very complete again. And the last one here is about camouflage. Camouflage, palabra que viene del francés como restaurant o moustache, camouflage. Muchas palabras del inglés que son prestadas del French. So here you have camouflage and you have the words in black, prey, predators, camouflage, mimicry, etc. And the quiz with the timing. El tiempo es ilimitado. Te ponen ahí un reloj para que se guíen ustedes más o menos cuánto tiempo gastan, pero eso es. It's very nice reading text because they are related to your career and because they are interactive. You have the text and you have the quiz and you have the results immediately, so it's very nice, right? Do you have any questions about this first activity, activity number 1, people?
No.
Okay, Constanza, I think that I explained clearly. I hope it's fun for you to use this material. I spend a lot of time looking for good material for my classes, and I think this is very good because it deals with your career, animal world, it's related to your profession, it's interactive, so it's not so difficult. So it's absolutely made for you, okay? Let's continue with activity number 2 for this week. Esta sí que es muy lógica y muy fácil. Go to the Wikipedia. Do you know Wikipedia? Of course, everybody knows Wikipedia. You go to Wikipedia, English Wikipedia, of course, English Wikipedia, and you are going to read about some of the subjects, algunas de las asignaturas, ramos, some of the subjects that you are studying this first term. For example, how do you say química in English? Chemistry. How do you say biología? Biology. Diversidad animal, creo que se llama su ramo. Biodiversity. Anatomía, anatomy, etc. And the exercise is very open here. You are going to go there, you're going to read, you're going to use the online dictionaries and try to learn as much as possible about the topic and about New English, okay? It's very, 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 very open. But I think it's cool to do it. So, guys, hablemos un poquito. What are the subjects that you have this semester? Do you have chemistry? Sí. Term es sinónimo de semestre, term. So, do you have chemistry this term?
Yes, we have chemistry, and it's very hard.
It's very hard. Oscar, do you like the subject or not very much?
Yes, I think it's important for the career.
Absolutely. The chemistry is the basis, like the name, bases moleculares, is the basis of everything, you know, not only of animals and living species, but all things, all objects. So it's very important. So it's a good idea to go to English Wikipedia Maybe I can show you that here. Let's go to Wikipedia. Oh, no, pues esta es la fácil. Aquí estamos haciendo trampa. Hay una Wikipedia que es de inglés fácil, Simple English Wikipedia, pero para su nivel no la vamos a ocupar. Ocupemos otra. La Wikipedia normal nomás. Po. So, let's go to English Wikipedia. And here we have the English Wikipedia and then chemistry. So you go. Es una banda de rock. No, no quiero eso. Chemistry. Esta. No conozco la banda Chemistry. Okay. So here we have all the information. And woof, you have a lot to read. So chemistry is a scientific discipline involved with elements and compounds composed of atoms, molecules, and ions. Their composition, structure, properties, behavior, and the changes they undergo during a reaction with other substances. So you have the etymology, modern principles, matter, phase, bonding, energy, react, a lot of stuff. So can you see? It's a very good idea for you to read this kind of text in the Wikipedia. Okay? Chicos, chicas, what other subjects do you have this semester apart from chemistry?
What is the question?
What other subjects do you have this term?
We have maths.
Maths. That doesn't have to do with science. It's weird. And what are you learning in this subject? Maths?
We learning logic and now polinomios, no sé cómo se dice en inglés. I don't know. Polynomials.
Yes. Polynomials. You're learning about logics. That's interesting. Logics. La lógica. Logics. It's good. And different mathematical elements. Okay. Excellent. And what about some other people apart from Oscar? Do you like these subjects? Is it easy? Is it difficult for you? Laura, Gonzalo, Consuelo, anybody else? No? Thank you. Do you have any other subjects, Bruno? Bruno Abarca, what other subjects do you have this semester apart from maths and chemistry or molecular basis? Hello, Bruno, are you there? No? Gonzalo Moreno, what other subjects do you have apart from maths and chemistry? Anybody, please?
Profe,
Yes.
¿cómo se dice ecuaciones?
How do you say? Ecuaciones? Equations. Equations.
Eso, equations.
Okay, in mathematics, you are learning equations too. Thank you, Scarlett. Scarlett, by the way, you have maths, you have chemistry. What other subjects do you have this semester?
Es que no hemos visto nada más. Vimos inecuación igual, pero tampoco sé cómo se dice.
Okay, don't worry, Scarlett. Thank you. Giselle says that you have introduction to the management of information. Yeah, all right. Excellent. So that is not connected to science, I think. Okay, and then you have orientation to veterinary medicine. Okay, perfect. And here, Constanza is telling me that you also have animal diversity. Okay, that is interesting. Animal, this is absolutely connected to your career, right? Constanza, hello, thank you. Do you like animal diversity? Why? Okay, and what things are you learning in this subject? What things are you learning in this subject? Are you learning, for example, about taxonomy, classification of the animals, species? All right. What more? Cualquiera, anybody. What more are you learning in animal diversity or biodiversity?
The body is of the animals.
Okay, so you are learning a little bit about anatomy too, right? You will have anatomy in the future. It's very, very interesting. Arthropods. Okay, so taxonomy. Let me show you what we can find in the Wikipedia about animal classification. Woo! Here you have everything. Micronatua, Acanthaphela, Arthropoda, arthropods, insects, crustaceans, arachnids, Brachiopoda, Bryozoa, Chordata, vertebrates, tunicates, and lancelets, Daria. So you have a lot of information. What about biodiversity? Diversidad animal, que no es exactamente lo mismo, but it's very, very interesting and it's connected to this topic, you know. You have a lot of information too. So remember, you can read about animal classification, about biodiversity, about taxonomy. And so many other things. Anatomy also. The anatomy is a branch of biology that studies the structure of organisms and their parts, right? That's a very simple definition of anatomy, and here you have a lot of information. For example, and here you have the different kinds of tissues, tejidos, connective tissue, epithelium, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, tejido conectivo, epitelio, tejido muscular y nervioso. Then you have the anatomy of the vertebrates, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals, everything, right? So it's very interesting to use Wikipedia, my friends, to study and to learn about your career. Taxonomy, animal classification, anatomy, biology, animal diversity, chemistry, all those things you check in Wikipedia and you will learn a lot of that. Okay? In this class, my idea was to show you basically all the possibilities that you have to get connected with your career and with science, reading texts, using internet. So apart from Wikipedia and apart from the activities I gave you, there are millions more. And the idea is just to be curious and look for more if you are interested. But for the 2 or 3 hours that you have to study English, the possibilities I gave you now are suficientes, are enough. Okay? Any questions? ¿O estamos? El resto del tiempo lo pasan ustedes leyendo, aprendiendo. Leer juntos no es la idea, ¿no es cierto? Sería una lata porque es todo lo del aprendizaje de idiomas es una cosa más particular. Ustedes escogen los textos que quieren ver a su velocidad, con los ejercicios que le di en el orden que quieran, en la comodidad de su casa, de su living, de su habitación, en el celu, en el computador, en la laptop. You choose, but the important thing, my friends, is to do it, please. Not for me, not for your marks, but for your formation as a professional, right? It's not for you, or it's not for me, but for you yourselves. Thank you, Giselle. If there are no questions, we can say goodbye. This was a short class, and I hope you enjoy your break, your 2 weeks break, and I hope to see you again back in May. All right? Cheers.
Bye.
Y espero que de vueltas de vacaciones me hablen todos, no solamente Oscar. Thank you, Oscar, for your participation today. It was very good.
Profe, yo lo intento, de
Yes.
verdad.
Hay veces que no lo entiendo, pero por eso no.
Pucha, yo le hablo súper clarito, lento. Thank you,
Chao,
Scarlett.
profe.
Thank you, Scarlett. I know you try. Yeah.
Profe, nos vemos la próxima semana.
Chao, profe.
Que
Profe.
Nos
tengan
vemos
un
de
buen-
vuelta de vacaciones.
El próximo mes.
Chao, profe,
Chao,
cuídese.
profe.
Bye bye. Practice a lot. Practice. Read a lot.